It's your boy Fanon. What's happening, man? Trying to get these live streams in before I miss a couple days. Because I will be in the process of picking up all my stuff and moving with the family out of state. So I thought I would try to get as many of these live streams and stuff as I can in before I. It might be slim pickings to do it for at least a week straight, going back and forth between here and Texas. So I want to talk about the heavyweights and the heavyweight and the welterweight landscape, two of the premier divisions in boxing. It's a lot of stuff going on, not just at the top level of it. So I want to see if we can chop it up about that, man. This message is held for review. Dom Christopher, I don't think that's true. There's a whole bunch of cats that can fight, man. I don't think that at all. There are a bunch of cats of everybody. There's cats can fight, man. Khalid Plant can fight for sure. Josh Taylor can fight. Shoot, Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko can fight. There's a bunch of cats that can fight, man. A bunch of European guys that can fight. What's going on, Jonathan Vicklin? How you feeling, man? I'm just trying to have a good evening, a little, talk boxing for about an hour or so before I get back to take a little break, get back to work, write, author some stuff. Jonathan Vicklin says skin color don't matter much for boxing, man. Nah, nope. You got heart, and you got a style that fits yourself. No matter where you're from, what you look like, all that stuff, you can still throw hands for sure. There's a bunch of cats that are really good. He said only two. Only two what? There's a bunch of cats. Nah, man, there's good boxers for sure. I prefer not to go that direction, man, because shoot. I mean, I just don't agree. Teach a cat to fight. He's got heart. He's got good technical skill. He's got good access to training. Cat will be able to throw hands. Shoot, you know what I mean? Fury. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dom. No, Fury. Gennady Golovkin's not white though. Just so you know. But that's not the case, man. Lee Selby can fight. Carl Frampton can fight. Billy Joe Saunders can fight. Callium Smith can fight. Joe Smith can fight. Vasil Lomachenko can fight. Usyk can fight. I mean, I can go on and on. Demetrius Bivol. I don't know if he is or he's not, but shoot, there's a whole bunch of Eastern Europe. Kovalev can fight. A lot of these cats can fight, man. I wouldn't say that at all, man. What's going on, Demetrius Bates? It's a bunch of cats that can fight, man. And when you say that they can't fight, man, you fall into that same stuff. Those are Brits. That's where they come from. Yeah, those cats, that's what they are. If you talking about American cats, I mean, that might be a different subject, but that's more just because they don't do that, man. Those cats can fight, man. Stewie Huey, what's good, man? How you feeling? Yep, Demetrius Bates, a lot of young fighters are coming up as well. Yeah, man, I wouldn't put that stuff there. I wouldn't say that at all. Cats can play basketball. Cats can do. See, here's the thing, man. When you do that, you allow them to say the same thing, but in areas that you really don't want. You really don't want, man. You know what I mean? Because they're like, black people can't think. They can't count. They can't do all kind of stuff. Just because you haven't seen somebody do it, or you see other people that do it really well, doesn't mean that the reason they can do it, is because they don't have a certain amount of melanin in their skin. And it winds up you walking into an argument that you don't want to make, because they'll flip that around and use that on you in an area like, black people can't run their own country. Look at all these other countries or people, where there's all kind of drama going on wherever there's black people running their own business, So they don't deserve to run their own business. All they're good at is fighting and all that. Just, if I would advise people, I advise people to stay away from that argument, because you have arguments that come back and bite you, which is why it's always important to at least stay consistent, in what you think. John of Lincoln, so you say white folks suck is the same as Abel Sanchez saying black fighters are boring? Yeah, pretty much. It is. It's an overgeneralization, and you're casting everybody into one slot. But suck and boring. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd say that's the same. Yeah, it's probably about the same thing. Because I can run off a whole bunch of people who are European. They can fight. I can run them off. I can run a long line of them off, man. These nuts said, "What about?" Oh, wow, what a treat. I made both streams. Much love for true fan from Cali. What's up, man? Appreciate that. Yeah, man. But look, man, it's just what's going on, TX Frank. Look, man, I'll do a private stream about a topic like that if you guys would like to have a private stream about something like that. But I mean, that type of topic is something get your channel taken down, dude. This is something where, I'm not a proponent of generalizing people in that regard, because that argument is you wind up hurting yourself on it. It's like, don't take the bait. That's a bait you shouldn't take. Don't take that bait. Because the flip side of it is, you're saying, if I see that certain people, because of the way they look, don't have the ability to do something, then you're just by necessity, you're saying, or by implication, you're saying that there are certain people, certain things that certain people of certain stereotypes, right, or certain things can't do. So then they say, okay, we'll agree with it. European guys can't jump. Well, what can't African guys do? African guys can't run a government. African guys can't run a bank. African guys shouldn't be given access to tanks. They shouldn't have access to run governments, because we see that they're not very good at that. They suck at that. So therefore, it's manifest destiny, right? It's our burden, because they're not good at that. All they're good at it doing is running and jumping. Then hey, man, that's what they should do. And those type of things are hard set based on genetics. Just stay away from that, man, because I'm telling you, you can do it if you want, but you always going to have somebody be able to use the same argument on you. At the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. But honestly, man, I didn't really want to get into that, but that's not how I view it. Boss man said, real talk, for now, that's the subject not to touch. That's the problem with boxing, too many stereotypes and generalizations. Yeah. I mean, the dudes can fight, man. Khalid Plant can go, man. Okay? George Groves will whoop. You walk up and say something crazy to George Groves, dog. George Groves will beat you up, dude. George Groves will whoop you up, dog. And them Irish cats can throw. Everything is good. Oh, it's my man Daryl Lee. What's good, man? Yeah, Stewie. I'm just trying to tell you, man, stay away from them arguments, man. They're not that's not a good argument to make. Even if you believed it, that's a loser right there. You're going to get the structure of that argument will collapse in on itself. You have to stay consistent with it, because at the end of the day, man, you don't really care about who's the fastest. You care about who has, how people being treated fairly. Like, even when I talk about boxing, my main thing is I want to see people treated fairly, right? I want to see people treated fairly, and I want people to have, whoever's in the most need of help gets the most constructive help, right? So I'll talk about Deontay Wilder, represent the cat, because I think he's being treated unfairly. And if there's going to be a voice extended in order to support him, I'm willing to do that, because I think that that's something that he needs in the boxing world. And that's what I mean. People standing up and making videos about him and doing that type of stuff is keeping his name relevant and letting people know, hey, you're not just going to be able to bowl over this guy and treat him unfairly. You know what I mean? But it's more about how he's treated than anything else. Whether or not these cats, when they get in the ring, what happens is what's going to happen, But even in the debates that you have about to sign the contract and all that, a lot of these guys are making arguments like that it's okay for this guy to be mistreated, and nobody say anything about it, Kesh Alexander said, what up, Fanon? I'm ready to talk this boxing today, and let's talk this boxing. And I wanted to talk about the heavyweights and the welterweights, man, but just holler at me, man. Let me know what you guys want to talk about, man. Like I said, man, I ain't got nothing to do right now. Maybe in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna sit down and write something, write an agreement, do a little actual work. You know what I'm saying? Nazir King said, Fanon, love your videos, bro. Stay blessed. I appreciate that, man. We working, we trying to grow, we're doing our thing, we growing day to day. Black Fight Fan TV in the house was good. He said, "What makes Canelo a great fighter? His Irish DNA or his Mexican heritage?" I, I would suspect that Canelo's the reason he's a great fighter is because he knows how to hit somebody and not get hit. That's what I think makes him a very, very good fighter. I don't know if Canelo's a great fighter or not, honestly, because Canelo Alvarez is I thought Canelo lost to Lara. I thought he lost to Hurd. I thought that I'm not Hurd. I thought he lost to Lara. I thought he lost to Trout. And but hey man, that dude can fight, man. You know what I mean? But his Irish DNA or Mexican heritage, I think it's the fact that he had a trainer. That dude probably works his ass off. That taco meat don't hurt either. You know, them computer all burgers probably gave him a little lift too. My man Fanan. So what does Demetrius Andre do next to further destroy his career? And I'm thinking he's. Oh, by the way, man. So if y'all ain't subscribed to my man Black Fight Fan TV. Puts that workout daily. So what does Demetrius Andre do next? Is my man Brian Oyola. So what does Demetrius Andre do next to further destroy his career? I'm thinking he signs with Canelo's old me in Mexico-based promotional company. What he'll probably do next to ruin his career is sign with like Eddie Hearn in the zone, and then he can't get any fights, or continue to do what he's doing. Man, honestly, he just needs this. If he wants to ruin his career, just stay the course. Okay, just stay the course. Because he's doing a great job of it himself. He just, he needs to trust himself. He just needs to trust himself because he's doing a fantastic job of it. But he's a talented dude, man. United Boxing was good, man. These nuts. If Fury returns too old, do you view him as to return old? Do I view him as top 3? Yeah, absolutely. Or 4, 3. Depends on where I put Anthony Joshua. So yeah, 3. Because if he's in the form that he is, he's top 3 with Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, and then Deontay Wilder. I don't care what the belts say. When you act that scary, you lose. You really do lose a lot of credibility, man. And he's acting mighty shaky. Let me go back. Andre needs to sign with Al Heyman. Yeah, but here's the thing, man. This might sound funny. I think the fact that he's from out east is affecting this dude, man. Because there's a little bit of beef between these cats out east and the cats from the south. And although Al Heyman himself I think he might be from out in New York area. He definitely went to school out there. And, the Barclays Center and all that stuff's out there, man. But it just seems to be like, there just seems to be something going on there, man. But it would seem like the smartest thing that he could do is to sign with Al Heyman and to sign with the PBC. If he wants to fight at 154, if he wants to fight at 160, because of the guys that are at 160, that might be a detriment to him because he can't fight. I mean, because there's most of the guys at 160, they're not with the PBC. You've got, Canelo with Golden Boy, Gennady Golovkin's with Tom Loeffler. Man, Frank Warren has got Billy Joe Saunders for as long as Billy Joe Saunders is there. And then, of course, you got Jamal Charlo at 160. I think if everybody started shifting up, oh, yeah, there go Al Heyman from Ohio. Appreciate that. I didn't realize he's from Ohio. So he's up out east. Yeah, Midwest. Ohio's kind of like the Midwest. But anyway, man, I just think that he I lost my train of thought, man. Shit. Sorry about that. The fight has been signed. Press conference this week. What is that? What fight has been signed? Press conference this week. Who is that dude that Andre is fighting now? I don't think Andre's fighting anybody next. I don't think he's fighting anybody next. He said whoever that fight that they thought was going to be made wasn't going to be made. And he said, he was on a Cornerman radio show after Black Fight Fan TV was on Cornerman radio show. They did a interview with Demetrius Andre, and Demetrius Andre himself in that interview said that he didn't know who he was fighting next. And it wasn't going to be that next guy because it was something about fighting I guess it was a Golden Boy guy on a Golden Boy card. And he's like, I'm not fighting a Golden Boy fighter on a Golden Boy card coming off of a layoff. Just, I didn't understand that because I'm like, if you can beat the dude, beat the dude. You know what I mean? But I guess he knows the politics of the game from the inside. He's definitely learned some hard lessons. That's for damn sure. Fury got 4 more fights to get right. Yep, I agree. Where Finkel? What's going on, Finkley? What's going on, man? You be killing people up in there, man. Anthony Anthony Josh was a clown, man. Anthony Josh is straight clown. Fanon, it said, I have to disagree. Heyman can keep him active, put him in a position to be a mandatory like he did Jacobs, is doing with Charlo. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I can change my opinion on what you just said, Brian. I mean, I'm just, Demetrius Andrade, it's hard for me to really get excited about anything. It's kind of like Adrian Bronner. He's like an Adrian Bronner, like the opposite of an Adrian Bronner. Like Adrian Bronner can get fight after fight after fight. And it's he keeps getting fights no matter what happens in the ring. You know what I mean? But he'll get in the ring and fight anybody, and the fights happen, but he still manages to disappoint you. Demetrius Andrade, when he's in a ring, is good, but he disappoints you outside the ring. It's like he's like in a Bizarro world, Adrian Bronner, but it happens like he does everything he can to keep the fight from happening on the outside of the ring, and Adrian Bronner does everything he can to keep from winning the fight inside the ring. So it's like, it's hard for me to pick anybody that Adrian Bronner can beat because of what Adrian Bronner does in the ring. And it's hard for me to believe anybody can make a fight for Demetrius Andrade because honestly, man, I learned about Demetrius Andrade in the middle of all this stuff. And I'm still like, dude, when am I going to be able to see a year like a Sergey Kovalev type of year? And what I mean by that is like after Sergey Kovalev earned nothing to fight Andre Ward, man, that dude been in the ring 3. It's like Sergey Kovalev's having a fight every other week now. Like he lost Andre Ward, didn't make no money, dude. That dude got put on the chain gang. Like, nah, dog, it's get your ass up and go box. Man. Oh my God, man. He must be in some serious debt to whatever Kathy Duva, dog, because he's fighting like he working like a Mississippi slave, man. Seriously. So I'm yet to see like a year like that on Demetrius Andrade. Like, man, have 3 or 4 fights, man, in a row. I don't care who they're with. Just fight. Fight 3-4 times in a row. Get it done. Just get in the ring. Keep fighting. It's like this fight might have. So anyway, man. So that's what I'm saying. Long story short, Brian, I mean, I don't want to doubt. Obviously, I don't want to doubt the PBC's ability to get people good fights, man, because, they've done it. And really right now, without them this year, boxing would suck. So, I'm quite sure that Al Heyman can rehabilitate that dude's career. Keith Thurman, man, the dude's kind of like a little bit of a Keith Thurman. Like Keith Thurman, what the hell? When is Keith Thurman going to fight again? Al Heyman can't make this dude fight. Like Errol Spence Jr. said about Danny Garcia. It's like, Al Heyman's a manager. He can't make these guys fight. He can't make them do it. So even if he did sign with him, he can't make Demetrius Andrade act like he got some damn sense. Because I don't think he's got a lot of sense. Just from what I can see. But the guy can fight. I'll take you guys' word for it that he can fight. I see him fight. He looks good. He looks like he's a southpaw. He's a slick. He can fight. He can fight. Dang, fight. Fanon, Loma coming back in August. Yeah, dog. That's because of that fake ass injury. Yeah, that's because of that fake injury. Hey, whatever, man. I hurt myself. I hurt my arm on the second round. That's why I didn't look so good. But to his credit, he did come back and stop, dude. But maybe it's not a fake injury. Maybe he really can come back from shoulder surgery like he's Superman. Yeah, them Cuban boys getting away. Ben getting away in Mexico. I'm not sure what that means, man. Maybe I missed something. One and done. This was good, man. So what's good? Just hit your stream. I know you are on a permanent crusade to shit on AJ in the UK. But have you heard about Rodney Ramirez defect? Oh, Robeson Ramirez, didn't he sign with Match? Did he sign with Matchroom or something? And honestly, man, one and done is I am not on a permanent crusade to shit on AJ in the UK. No, I'm not. I do videos all the time about the UK. The Anthony Joshua was not the UK. That's like me saying, you know, I don't like what Keith Thurman's doing. I'm crapping on United States. Anthony Joshua is just one dude. He's one dude. He is not the UK. Eddie will sign Keith. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, what's good? Reggie the Tree in the house. What's good, my man? How you feeling? Yeah, man. You know, it is what it is, man. But please don't confuse it. That's what some of those guys try to come to the page. You just don't like the UK. What the hell how is Anthony Joshua the UK? How is he synonymous with the United Kingdom? I mean, what is one dude? I don't like Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I like Manny Pacquiao, but I've got on Manny Pacquiao a bunch. What do I just hate the Philippines? I get on, you get on Loma. Oh, you just hate the Ukraine. Like, man, I don't know shit about the Ukraine. I ain't never been to the Ukraine. Ukraine ain't never done nothing to me. You know? For now, did you hear Eddie say April AJ fight is leading up to White? Say AJ fight is leading up to White and Parker. For now, did you hear Eddie say April AJ fight is leading up to White Parker? I heard him say something about April and trying to get Deontay Wilder to sign a contract for some shit that's 10 months away. I heard that, you know, but I don't believe me, dude. Honestly, man, the dude just need to go away, man. I'm hoping the dude gets knocked out, man. You know what I mean? Just come on, man. All that prima donna stuff is just ridiculous. But one and done is nah, man. I mean, I'm not trying to crap on the UK. I just said, like at the beginning of the stream, there's a whole bunch of cats from the UK I really like. Bunch of fighters from the UK I like. I like Josh Taylor. I like Tyson Fury. I ain't big on Carl Frampton, but I used to like Lee Selby before he got hurt. I like Daniel Dubois. I like Anthony Yard. I know Zolani Tite fights in the UK, but he's not from the UK. But you know, I think he's with Frank Warren. He fights out there. I like Zolani Tite. I like Billy Joe Saunders can fight. I like Huey Fury. I like if Dillian White wasn't yapping his mouth so damn much, I would like Dillian White, but Dillian White's just a jackass, but you know, he's an entertaining jackass at the same time. It's a bunch of I like Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is from the UK, really Jamaican, but you know, you get my point. I'm not trying to, I don't like Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, period. I ain't even got anything against their mamas, their sisters, their kids. I got nothing against any of them. I got something against people that say they want to blackball people. I got a problem with corporate hype jobs, arrogant pompous media hype jobs. That's my problem. Even with Lomachenko, I never had a problem with the fact that the dude can fight. I got a problem with all that hype around him. Like, cut it out, man. You gonna don't bring up Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson ain't here to defend himself. You know? Ron Finkley said, Fanon International, I heard today that they got Anthony Joshua on every single product in the UK, but he is like Michael Jordan without the Jordan to me. Jordan never ducked from nobody. Anthony Joshua is, you know, that's how they'll do it, dude. Billy sucks. He's racist. Just because don't mean he sucks. I mean, there's just because you racist doesn't mean you suck. And I don't know if he is or if he's not. I know he said some stupid shit before. I can assume that he is, but I'm not gonna say he sucks because that dude can fight. You know what I mean? Just it is what it is. Just because somebody's that doesn't make him stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you're racist, you're stupid. No, that doesn't mean it. It just means that's what he is. You know, just kind of like, you know, that dude likes to have relationships with men. He's short. No, he likes that. That don't mean he's short. You know what I mean? Said when channels put out falsehood, it hurts their credibility. Yeah, man. Anthony Joshua was not on every product in the United States. I mean, that's just obviously an exaggeration, man. For 9, Joshua say he what the king? I missed that. Gaman. If AJ is a man and a real champ, he would man up and fight Povetkin. What? He is fighting Povetkin. I don't understand. I thought he was anyway. Who knows? It ain't been announced yet. You know, the 24 hours, it's the longest 24 hours in the history of mankind. They must be running on like a they must be running on like a tree calendar or something. Like, you know, you on like they're running on tree years. Brian Oyola, man, what's good? He said, for 9, if AJ is in all the products, why is he only worth 42 million? Numbers don't add up on everything pertaining to this dude. See, here's the thing, man. Once somebody says all the products, you can throw them out. You're done. You said all of the products, which means if I can find one product in the UK that he's not representing, then what you're saying is trash. All I got to do is find is one. Whenever you hear a universal, all, never, all and never, get out of here. All and never, you're exaggerating. When you say all, never, like Deontay Wilder will never lose a fight. The fuck are you talking about? What makes you think that? He'll never, if he fights long enough, he'll lose a fight. If Anthony Joshua fights long enough, he'll lose a fight. Bo One, my man, what's good, man? Appreciate that in the super chat, Bo One, my man. My man, 100 grand. Do you think Fight Hype on Eddie payroll? Yes and no. I think I doubt if they're paying him straight out, but when he gives them an interview, it adds value to their page because he's somebody that people want to know, and they need the interview, so they threw him a softball interview. I doubt if they're actually paying him, unless that means they're paying for. They do have fighters over there in the UK though. See, that is something though, because Fight has correspondents in the UK that are covering those fights. So for Fight Hype to get access to those fights over there, if they're matchroom fights, then yeah, they probably are on his payroll to a certain extent, especially if those correspondents with those cameras are, you know, at Eddie Hearn events getting passes and things like that to get in there, and then they share the content. Yeah, because I did notice that about Fight Hype, that Fight Hype has European British correspondents. So it could be. It could be. I can't say for sure because I don't know. I don't know those dudes. But I know that, you know, more than likely that he's gonna give them. They try to play the middle, you know, and I'm just not into playing the middle. Daryl Lee said Anthony Joshua breaks silence, still waits for Deontay Wilder to Wembley contract. Man, see, that is some old double talk there. He didn't even say that. He said he's just waiting for a signature or something. I don't know who he's waiting for. What does that mean? Who are you waiting for? You waiting for a signature for what? I'm just hanging around waiting for a signature. What do you mean? For somebody to sign for the pizza? Be specific. Be specific. Whose signature are you waiting on, man? That dude is just, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't mess with I don't mess with people who are in between. You know, if you got an opinion, you got an opinion. You share your opinion. Otherwise, what good are you? Seriously, what good are you? If you got a website and all you're doing is asking them the same question and giving them another outlet to say the same thing, what good are you? You're not even giving your opinion on it. Marshall Simmons, what's good? He said, word up for 9 and the fam. Salute to you. Yep, salute to y'all as well, man. I'm just out here chilling, talking, boxing. General Squirrels, what's happening with you, my man? Corey Washington, do you think Fight Hype is on Eddie's payroll? I answered that. Dom Christopher, Deontay talks too much. What is your standard of talking? What does too much mean? And I think you mean T-O-O much. But what's too much? What should he speak? He shouldn't talk? What do you mean? I thought he doesn't have a profile. That's what it was. Like nobody knows him. That's one side. But now he talks too much because he's always out there and everybody gets to see him. Honestly, man, I don't think that there's anything Deontay Wilder could do to make UK fans happy besides retire. and just retire. That would make, I think that would make not UK fans. So serious, I do gotta watch that because it's not UK fans. It's Anthony Joshua fanboy dart. Like now we don't play darts, man. You all on the internet playing darts now. Anthony Joshua is on tape playing darts with somebody, man, with a dart champion. He's on YouTube playing darts. Someone's like, somebody says somewhere we don't play darts. Anthony Joshua's on a video playing darts and rock and mountain climbing and rock climbing and trying to sell himself to people that don't know anything about boxing. I'm a DW fan. Okay, but here's the thing, man. If you're here's the thing, man. Dom Christopher, don't do that, man. And here I'm going to be polite about this. I'm not stupid. Okay? You cannot insult somebody and then tell me you're his fan. Okay? You can't say, like, people aren't stupid, man. Okay? You can't say, well, I'm a big fan of I really like this girl, but she's a slut. Really, I really think that she's beautiful and she's intelligent, but she needs to stop selling coochie on the corner and smoking crack, because that really does, prohibit her from doing what she wants to do. You know what I mean? You can't, come on, man. I'm not listening to anything I'm not listening to anything once you start saying he talks too much. Talks too much tells me what you think about him, man. And you couching it in some politeness. Dog, you might as well call him Beyonce in the front of that, man. Look, man, people aren't stupid. Stop, Dom. He has really long interviews. So what, man? Okay, thanks for your thank you. What's good, Fanon? I'm chilling, Don Ron. What's good? Corey Washington, it amazed me all the news surrounding the fight and the channel heavily favors AJ. Oh, you're talking about, I mean, you know how it is. It is what it is, man. I'm not going to say that. I don't know those dudes, man. I never met these dudes. And honestly, I never really paid attention to fight hype. I don't pay attention to them. I listen to channels that really talk boxing, and I don't really care about people that just are playing videos. To me, that's just you're playing an interview. The channel doesn't. I could get that. I get that interview on a bunch of channels. Same interview on a bunch of channels. Same talk on a bunch of channels. James Souza said, "What's up, Fanon and fam? Man, this dude ducking and posting lies gonna stop ACP." See, here's the thing, man. The dude didn't even say. People keep saying that he's talking about Deontay Wilder. The thing didn't say Deontay Wilder. It didn't say Deontay Wilder. It's saying he's waiting on a signature. He's fighting Povetkin next. That's the signature he's waiting on, clearly, because Deontay Wilder said, "No, I'm not signing the contract." So, if you have to be, logic would tell you that he's talking about Povetkin, because Wilder already said he's not signing a contract. He ain't waiting on something that Deontay Wilder already turned down. He already turned it down. He is out there on the internet saying, "I'm not signing that shit. I want 50-50 for the next one." That means he turned it down, dog. Hey, man, thanks, Dom. All right, man, we cool. Compliments will get you everywhere, homie. Sorry. Hey, man, Fanon, your channel is amazing. Keep it up. I appreciate that, Julio Paleo, my man. Womack Dark, the world doesn't agree with you. Hey, man. No, they don't. Obviously, the world does not agree with me, because I think that, dang, my wife is in here, dog, so I won't say it. I think that what's that girl's name, dog? I used to love this chick. What is her name? She's on Rosario Dawson. I think Rosario Dawson should be, sweating me. But she don't agree, dog. She won't come find me. What can I say? American media, United Boxing Talk said, American media is ass. They don't really know ish about boxing. Just listen to how AJ lied to Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, though, called that dude Anthony Johnson. He's like, man, What about Deontay Wilder, man? Just so you know, we know who Deontay Wilder is on ESPN. I wasn't so hot on once Stephen A. Smith mispronounced his name, Stephen A. Smith, that was mission accomplished for me. that was mission accomplished for me when he mispronounced his name, man. Oh man. But I appreciate Dom. I try to get on the Smoke City Mobcast as much as I can, but I have a conflict of interest a lot of times with my schedule, man. But those cats do. The cats that are on there every time, yeah, man, they absolutely do. And you guys should subscribe to the Smoke City Mobcast. Parrish Neely said, Fanon, FAJ, let's make Devin Haney and Shakur Stevens our next big star. I'm more an Errol Spence Jr. dude, man, because he's there, man. Those guys are prospects. They got to come up. I want to work on this unification. So I'm cool with, I want to see who's going to get. I want that Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight to happen, really. That's what I really like to happen. I used to really want the Errol Spence Keith Thurman fight, but man, dude just took all the fun out of that. And that's another thing. AJ better be careful, man, before he turn into Keith Thurman. Because he's damn sure trying his best to turn into the heavyweight Keith Thurman. He's just a ponytail away. The world doesn't agree with you. I appreciate that, man. Let me back up, make sure I miss something. I don't know. My man, Boxing Is Me, what's going to say? I don't care if people pick AJ and win. I just want to see the fight happen, though. Yeah, I want to see the fight. That'd be fun. And then you can do it again. And you can be talking about what's going to happen in the fight. Fanon, okay, I did that, man. Okay, I see that. Womack Dark, okay, but U.S. has NFL. Okay, B-Mac, Wilder did all he could to promote the fight, and all AJ did was just hide behind Eddie Hearns. Eddie and AJ killing the interest for the fight. At some point, AJ got to come out of hiding, man. Yeah, he did. He assassinated it, man, because now, I mean, I get comments on videos that I do about it like, look, man, drop the subject. Drop the subject. I don't care about this dude. I'm like, what can I say to that? I mean, I get a lot of smart ass comments, dog. But when people are friends to the channel and be like, hey, drop the subject. Dude won't want to fight, man. It's dead. Duck completed. Womack Dark, he says, still has a contract that they agreed to sign. No, dude. He didn't agree. He said no. Forget you. I'm done. He wanted to fight next. He didn't want to fight the next. He said he'd be willing to take the fight if they fought next. They're not fighting next. The next fight is the one in April. Okay? Why would he sign a contract 10 months away? Why would he do that? Okay? That's just some crap Eddie Hearns doing just to act like he's still, hey, everybody stay interested in this fight that's not happening. Hey, now, even though we're ducking, we can still have the benefit of everybody thinking that the fight can happen, even though we know the fight's not happening. People say, oh, Deontay Wilder's ducking because he has a contract on the table that he won't sign. No, the contract itself is a duck. That contract is a duck. Because what is the definition of a duck? I want to fight you. Will you fight me? No, I won't. Hold on. I'm going to ask you again. Will you fight me? You should fight me. I'm a champion. You're a champion. Will you fight me? No. That's a duck, right? So what is that contract? It's a contract not to fight him next. That's a duck. Will you fight me now? No. I'll consider fighting you later. That's a duck. The contract's a duck. That contract operates as a duck. Like, the guy left me a message today, man, because I was throwing. I'm like, man, that's a duck. The contract's a duck. AJ's stalling for Fury. Could be. But I'm telling you, man, just think about how that operates. What is he saying? He's saying, what's good, Bad Bart? He's saying, no. Will you fight? Will you fight me now? No. So for this fight, he ducked him. He avoided fighting him next. And now he's just trying to get him to sign a contract that validates the fact that he's not going to fight him next. So if he doesn't sign the contract, he's not fighting Wilder next. And if he does sign the contract, he's not fighting Wilder next. What's the difference? The only difference is that Deontay Wilder locks himself into something. That he limits his possibilities. That's it. That doesn't help Deontay Wilder at all. Gregory Wise said, I didn't receive notifications. Sorry about that, man. It's crazy. AJ is Ja Rule. I don't know. I ain't a big hip hop. I know you're talking about 50 Cent and Ja Rule. But what happened with them? I don't know what that is. Marshall Simmons 56. Fanon, that subject will pop its head up until the deal's done. I'm sure we're going to hit every angle many times, then dumper. Beyonce? Oh man, is that a Beyonce song? Sometimes I'll be slow on stuff. Babar Yo Fanon, that IG post means that Team Wilder is now calling the shots. Eddie and AJ need this fight, and now they're effed up. Team Wilder calling the shots now. Maybe we get the fight. I can see that. I see your point because they need that fight. They lose a lot more. They already lost a lot of respect. They already lost a lot of respect. But you're not going to continue to sell out all those people on bunk fights, man. It just doesn't work like that, man. People are interested in you taking on big fights. That's it, period. And sooner or later, they're going to lose interest because they're going to be like, all right, what's the big deal here? And especially like if he has like 3 more fights where he doesn't knock people out, then he's going Pacquiao direction. Pacquiao ain't. If this weekend, if Manny Pacquiao knocks out somebody, if Manny Pacquiao knocks out what's his name? Lucas Matisse, that dude might make $50 million if he knocks this guy out. Womack Dark, where on the record did they say they wanted to fight this year? They said they wanted to fight next, but Deontay took so long to sign the contract. So they said they had to fight Povetkin so he doesn't get stripped. Dude, that's what? He had to sign him when? In the next 24 hours, right? That was 3 weeks ago, man. That was a lie. Okay? He had 24 hours to do it because they were sick of it and they needed to know what was going on within 24 hours. And unless you can fit 14 days inside of 24 hours, that was bullshit. Thanks for the question, though. You remember the 24-hour part of that? That was a fraud, man. That was not real. When Deontay Wilder said, "Okay, we got 2 more questions. Answer the questions, and I'll sign the fight." As soon as he said that, all of a sudden, magically, the WBA gives them 24 hours to stop. They basically order them to stop negotiations with Deontay Wilder right away and give them 24 hours to confirm that they're going to fight, sign a deal to fight Deontay Wilder. There is no deal, and that was 2 weeks ago. But now we're talking about a contract for Deontay Wilder to fight Anthony Joshua next year. Also, don't try corny shit like where on the record did they say they wanted to fight. You don't have access to the record. I don't have an access to the record. And also, I'm not going to go through that shit because you know what it is. This is not a court of law. I don't have to prove anything. People have been paying attention to this subject, and you know full well, just like I do. Be honest. Or cash that Hearn paycheck. I hope you're getting one. I don't mind these cats arguing back and forth, man. I like talking about boxing, man. Kesha Alexander, I think now that they definitely come back to Wilder with a higher offer. Eddie lowballed him because he wants to build the fight more. Wilder versus Joshua promotes. AJ versus Povetkin. Look, man, these cats are playing with fire, man, because that fight might not happen. I'm kind of with Dwyer on that one, man. I'm with Dwyer Boxing on that. How many times have these fights not happened? Has Eddie Hearn made Kell Brook and Amir Khan yet? You know, what happened to Yuriokas Gamboa and Juan Manuel Lopez? That fight ever get made? Did Canelo Alvarez versus Paul Williams ever get made? You know, there's plenty of times where fights don't get made. It's no foregone conclusion that this thing's going to get made. The only way that you know it's going to get made is by making it. That's just fact. There ain't nothing promised in the world. There damn sure ain't nothing promised in boxing. You know what I mean? Thomas McShane, one bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You got that right. Fernando Valenzuela, what's good, my man? How you feeling? He said, Fanon, you think after the Easter fight, Mikey will fight Spence? And if so, does Mikey have a chance of beating him? I think Mikey might surprise people. The first part is, Fanon, do you think after the Easter fight with Mike, will Mikey fight Spence? First of all, no, I don't believe that. And if so, does he have a chance of winning? Yes, he has a chance, a small one. And I think Mikey might surprise people only if you're going to be surprised if he gets past 6 rounds. He might get to the 8th if he runs. But dude is too small, way too small. Man, I mean, at a certain point in time, your technical skill is overwhelmed by the fact that you're too little, you're too slow. You're too little and you're too slow. And the other person's too big, too fast, too aggressive. And that's just an ugly hurting for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia doesn't have enough to keep him off of him. What happens when Mikey Garcia throws a jab, a shot that he thinks usually hurts somebody at 135 pounds, and it doesn't phase or stop a guy that's probably going to wind up at 160 pounds? He's not going to. I don't even think he's going to take it. I think that's just Ellie Sethback asking him a question and him answering it. Yeah, I'd love to fight him. Why not? Hey, would you fight Errol Spence? Oh, yeah, I'd love to. Why not? Yeah, man, I'd love to do it today. If we can get it done this December, that would be great. He didn't initiate that. That's an answer to a question that was posed to him. Right? So until I see that, it's not like a situation where it's when I see Mikey Garcia up at Showtime, on Showtime at a fight on a with Brian Custer on a panel, right? Or if I see Mikey Garcia after the Robert Easter fight say, I want Errol Spence Jr. next. When I hear that, then I'll be like, okay, he's serious, but not Ellie Sethback asking him a question that he can't possibly say no to. You know? That's the way that I see it anyway. But, you know, since Lomachenko was coming back early in August, he said he wants to fight August 25th. So that's next month, where it's 7 weeks away. And then, so you got, what is it, August, September, October, November, December? Shoot, he could be back in December or in January to fight Mikey Garcia if Mikey Garcia gets past Easter. Nacho Champion said, I hope Easter beats the crap out of Mikey. Yeah, I would like, I'd love to see it, man. I want to see that fight, man. I wish Robert Easter the best. But at the same time, man, I ain't lunching on the skill of Mikey Garcia. But I think a lot of people really are sleeping on Robert Easter. Blue Blood Sports TV, my man, 100 grand. What's happening? Fernando Valenzuela said, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, that's like, yeah, because let me tell you, man, like I asked a question. I had an interview, and I realized that I could do this. When I asked an interview, I had Errol Spence on the channel. Like I did an interview with Errol Spence, and I asked Errol Spence, you know, who he thought would win in a fight between Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford. And Errol Spence was like, that's a tough question. And it went around in his head, right? And then he leaned one way, so I was right, like, dang, I got a quote. And then he came back around, but what he really wanted to say was he didn't know. That's too hard to call. between Errol Spence and between Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman. His real answer was he doesn't know, he can't call it. But I did get an answer why he leaned to one person. But if I was, in my honest assessment of his opinion on that matter was that he didn't really have a pick. He didn't know who would win. And really much he's like, hey man, we got to see the fight. But in an interview, he's kind of thinking when he's talking at the same time. So anyway, I just think that people keep putting I have a suspicion that people keep putting Mikey Garcia in a situation where he has to answer that question. And it's people who are in the media, right? It's people in the media, so they want a quote. So they're trying to get these guys to say certain things, right? And sometimes fighters take the bait, sometimes fighters don't take the bait, I got Robert Easter beating Mikey. That's what's up, Mike Busy. King Busy. Sorry, man. I said Mike Busy. King Busy. I think I was thinking Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby. 12 fights at 30 years old. Yeah, he started when he's 25. I now have an official most overhyped cat in boxing. I don't have to harp on Lomachenko. I like to keep my eye on hype jobs. And Lomachenko at this point in time is not as much of a hype job. He's not as much a hype job as Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua right now really is the poster boy of hype job. Fanon, this is my man Fernando. What I lie about? I don't know what you lied about. You tell me what you lied about. What you lie about? Fernando Valenzuela said, Fanon, do you really have to honor what Mikey's doing and taking the hardest fight out there? Most 147 pounders don't want to fight Spence, and here they are smaller. Mikey's pursuing it hard. I don't know if he's pursuing it hard or not. Does he send him an offer? I don't know if he's pursuing it or not. And he gets credit when he fights. You don't get credit for calling people out. You get credit for fighting. And quite honestly, you don't even get credit for getting your ass whooped in a mismatch. You get credit for winning. Oh, Clifton Bronson, I just watched your video about Amir Khan and Bud Crawford. Glass eye versus glass jaw. That's what that is. That's Amir Khan. That's exactly what that is, man. Oh man, 78's coming out with good videos, man. I like that shit. That dude has great titles. Tawan Hardy said Arrow will run through Mikey like gas in a blunt. You know that. That's not a fair, man. That fight don't need to happen, man. It's more like I'll beat him up. Okay. I loved Errol Spence's comment on Omar Figueroa. He said, I'll punch on that punching bag. I'll punch on that punching bag. Oh man. I wouldn't see Mikey need to fight somebody else like that, man. Mikey needs to fight somebody else like that. Fight somebody like Omar Figueroa. Fight somebody like Lamont Peterson. Fight Danny Garcia. Fight somebody at 147 pounds that can put you in the running for a shot at Errol Spence, man. You ain't got no 140 belt. I mean, you ain't got no 147 belt. You ain't got a 140 belt anymore. Fanon, you were one of that were calling out Easter and Robert fight. Oh, you were the one that were calling out for the Easter and Garcia fight. Is he taking good fight? Yeah, he's taking a good fight. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. He's taking a good fight in Robert Easter. That's why I want him to stay at 135 pounds. He's a 135-pound champion. Fight at 135 pounds. Fight Lomachenko. That's the fight I want to see. Fight Lomachenko. Because if he beats Lomachenko, if he fights Lomachenko, then I say, okay, he fought Lomachenko, he beat Lomachenko. That's a real deal. He beat Lomachenko. I would rather have him fight Lomachenko and beat Lomachenko and say, yeah, that dude's the legit cat, king of 135. I'd rather give him that type of credit than give him the other type of credit, which is he went up to 147 and lost to a guy that he was supposed to lose to. Oh, he's a real great. Because he went up and lost. I'd rather see him beat somebody that there's a question mark about whether he can beat than go up there and, pull out a few rounds against a guy that most people think he ain't got any shot after, and he probably doesn't have a shot to beat because he's too little for Errol Spence, man. That ain't a sparring partner, man. That ain't 147 sparring partner. You know, that's a cat. That's a whoa. You get in the ring, it looks different than you thought it looked type of cat, man. Do your business at 135 pounds. And once you do your business at 135 pounds, if you want to jump from lightweight to welterweight, cool. Shoot, Roberto Duran jumped from lightweight to welterweight. I'm cool with that. Do your thing. Bracy, what's good, man? You back on here talking this boxing. I'm not going to try to stay. I'm at 54 minutes. I'm probably going to stop at like an hour. So as I know some other cats are going to want to get on. Keon, life is golden. What's good, man? Life is good over here, man. Life is good over here, man. Let me go back up a little bit. Hey, Fernanda, I saw your part on blood boxing video. Good work, bro. Solid performance. I appreciate that, Marco Champion TV. I keep wanting to do El Bruto, but you changed it. You shortened it up. Felix Nunez, what's going on, man? I'm chilling. Boss man, Mikey better stay focused on Easter. Easter is not coming to lay down. No, he's not. But I think he's focused on him. I doubt very much that Mikey Garcia is not focused, you know. Low place. What's good, man? Said Mikey Garcia wants to get punished for leaving the sport for 3 years and still get pound for pound credit. He feels guilty. What's going on, low place, man? I love that, man. United Boxing Talk. Ron Finkel said no, that's my bad. That's him. Luke Houghton, what's good, man? Said Blue Blood Sports and the LDBC exposed video says it all. Check it out. What? Blue Blood Sports TV and LDBC exposed video says it all. I'm gonna tell you something, dude. I think I'm gonna blast you. I got it cocked and looking at your forehead. Do I pull the trigger on you? Boom. I got to pull the trigger on you, homie. No, dog. We don't do that. No. Rest in peace, homie. Ronald Finkel, United Boxing Talk, that's crazy. He's bugging that clout. Oh, and by the way, dude, if you come back with some corny ass name, calling people a bunch of names in the chat just because you got thrown out, I'm gonna throw you out again. Yeah, sorry, yeah, Marshall Sims. Yeah, I was like, because because his grammar wasn't that great, and I got to take a second, make sure I don't I didn't misread that. But yeah, he ain't shitting on black fight fans. You're not, nah. Sorry. James Souza said Mikey Garcia does have a frame of a 147. I would like to see him be a multi-weight champion between 135 and 140. Oh, he doesn't have the frame at 147. No, he looked chubby at 140. He looked chubby at 140. Just finish your business up there, man. General Squirrels, what's good, man? Appreciate that. Much love in the super chat. He said if Garcia loses to Errol Spence Jr., he can say he fought a guy that he would lose to. If he loses to Lomo, it's just a loss. Right. General Squirrels, that's where I am on that, man. That's why I'd rather see him fight Lomachenko. Like, okay, if you're just going to go and fight a fight that you don't win and try to get bravery points, go fight Deontay Wilder. I give you credit for that. You go up to heavyweight and make it out of 5 rounds with Deontay Wilder, then I'll give you some credit. Okay? If you get in the ring, you take your little ass up there, fight Deontay Wilder, and get out of there and you're able to walk out of the ring, I'll give you credit. Okay, then, hey man, you're a tough guy. If you can walk out the ring, I give you. You don't even got to not get knocked out. I mean, just if you have the ability to shake it off, stand up, and walk out the ring, shake his hand and walk out the ring. Hey, dude, you a lot more than I thought you were. Do something like that. Don't go up there and fight Errol Spence Jr., get knocked out and be like, hey, man, and then go back down to 135. 100 Boxing UK said, I love a Fanon live stream. Good to see the LDBC collaborations with BWTM Sports. Yeah, I'm supposed to get on there, man, with my man. I forgot. I got to get back on there with him, man. I like his channel. I saw that Beverly Rose was on his channel. That's what's up. Womack Dark, if Wilder signs a contract, would it be the right decision? No, it'd be a terrible decision. As everything that I know about that contract, it's a terrible decision. Terrible. You won't find. Why would you sign a fight for somebody to fight in the future? That makes no sense. All you're doing is locking in your money. You're locking in your money. You're putting yourself in a situation where you can't negotiate if he's forced to fight you. Right? If after this he fights Povetkin and all of a sudden, people are like, no, we don't care about nothing else. We want you to fight Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder already signed him, locked himself into the amount of money, to the venue, to the rules related to the referee and the judges and all of whatever stuff that they could possibly have put in that contract. If he locks himself into that, then he can no longer negotiate. Right? What if it's all of a sudden it's just gigantically huge fight that everybody want that? And then watch this. What if Anthony Joshua then says, oh, I want it in Vegas. But now you're locked down at $15 million for a pay-per-view fight that happens in Vegas. Right? What if he signed it in? Because I think he said that there was no venue on it. That there was no venue. So if there's no date, no venue, why would you, and what if they say, well, you know what? We really think we want to do this fight in Great Britain. I mean, we don't want to do it in Great Britain. We want to do it in Vegas. But now they want to stick him to $15 million and they change the site. Come on, man. Share Fanon International on other sites before leaving this chat. Thanks and salute. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to drive up the subscribers, man. I am, because I found that there's a nice feature for cats that got 100,000 subscribers. I want that feature, man. I'm like, dang. I'm like, wow, man. I really want to work. I got a goal. I'd love to get 100,000 subs without buying them. And that's a journey to do in this type of niche. It's tough. Share Fanon. Okay, that's my man. Appreciate that. General Squirrels, we want to see a fight, but not to see the bomber get exploited. Yeah, and it's like, no, that would be if I don't know what is on there. I mean, I just got to tell you, that's like making a diagnosis for somebody you've never seen. If I read it, I would be like, I have a suspicion. I'd be like, why? Why would you sign that? What benefit does he get? What benefit does he get from signing that? It's not like he's locking Anthony Joshua into anything that he ain't already locked into. The public sentiment has already locked him into that. Povetkin won't take step-aside money he wants to fight. Absolutely not. Povetkin ain't about to take step-aside money, but it doesn't matter. You wouldn't have to take step-aside money. You wouldn't have to take it if the WBA grants an exemption. That's all he got to do. They ain't got to pay step-aside money. Yundasil, what's good, man? How you feeling? Marshall, I know the White Parker has been described as an unofficial final eliminator. The winner would go up to for title eliminator for the the WBO? Man, come on, man. For what? He's already done both of those fights already. But whatever. He can do what he wants to do. I don't care, because if he takes 2 fights without fighting Wilder, dude's done. Oh, my man, United Boxing Talk said that for International Boxing. As soon as Crawford left 140, Mikey went up. He was like, this is finna be a breeze. As soon as Crawford left 140. Hey, man, I think he got in there at 140 and was like, this wasn't such a breeze, because he got clocked several times by a pedestrian, Sergey Lipinets. It wasn't like Sergey Lipinets didn't put up any resistance to that guy. Sergey Lipinets put up a nice little bit of resistance. Mikey Garcia won the fight, but Sergey Lipinets put a little work in on there. And Sergey Lipinets is far from a Terrence Crawford. Narco Champion says, I agreed. Mikey is running from Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I mean, God dog. He'll get killed. He need to run. He and Khan need to run. Run for the hills, dude. Run. Run. Because you're going to get blasted. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Lippin has made him go back down. Hey, man, that dude was like, hey, he put some stuff on there. Sal Gutierrez, what's good, my man? How you feeling? R to the zoo. For nine. Sorry, man. What you do, man? I don't know what you're sorry for, my man. Hope all's well with you. As soon as Crawford, okay, that's not me. Oh, yeah, I think I already got that United Bison talk. They only grant an exemption with a signed contract. Exactly. You let the contract, you let the negotiation play out, you sign an agreement, and then they do the exemption. They have not signed a contract in 2 weeks. Okay? They didn't have to stop that negotiation. They could have kept it going. Okay? You're trying to find something that makes your argument work. There's nothing out there for you. There's nothing. They could have signed a contract. They could have. They still don't have this. They still don't have it announced. As of a week, as of this week, we still don't know if it's signed. All they said is that they reached to an agreement with Wembley and reserved a date at Wembley. That's it. They reserved a date at Wembley. If you don't remember, Tyson Fury back in June of 2017 mentioned that Anthony Joshua had reserved a Wembley date as well. Way back then. Did they fight at Wembley? No, they didn't. All he did was say, we know that they reserved the date. When they say they announced two more fights at Wembley, they're just saying they reserved 2 dates. They didn't say that they agreed to a fight with Povetkin. Povetkin's manager said that they were still waiting on figuring out what the venue was going to be, whether it was going to be in Russia or not. And time keeps ticking. All that time that was going on, they could have negotiated a contract with Deontay Wilder if they wanted to. But they decided to cut off the negotiation. And then you could ask for an exemption. Without a doubt. Or how about this? They tell the WBA to go take a flying squat. How's that? Go take WBA, take a long walk off a short bridge. I've got 2 other belts. Deontay Wilder has one. I want to fight I'll have 3 belts if I beat Deontay Wilder. I have 3 belts if I beat Alexander Povetkin. But I'd have a lot more money if I fight Deontay Wilder, and I'd have a lot more respect if I fought Deontay Wilder. All right, but look, Womack Dark, you're really trying. I know it's hard to believe that I'll actually tell somebody that they've changed my mind, but I did it in this live stream. You can go back when somebody, what was it about Demetrius Andrade, and saying Demetrius Andrade that the PBC could find fights for Demetrius Andrade, and when my man said it, I was like, you know what? I think you're right. I just have a hard time getting my head around that. But I think you're right. Okay? People were saying that Vasyl Lomachenko was the real deal and da-da-da. And I was like, I don't know. But then they convinced me. And I'm like, you know what? The dude's not a hype job. That dude's real. He still ain't Sugar Ray Robinson or better than the best fighter ever in the world. But, hey, the dude can fight. All right? So I changed my mind. You are at the point in time where you should do that, because the evidence is not, it's overwhelming and conclusive. Okay? This is beyond a reasonable doubt. This is no longer just, the preponderance of evidence points to this dude ducking. It has gotten to the point of beyond that Anthony Joshua is ducking Deontay Wilder has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. You are trying to put some doubt out there. Some doubt. But your doubt is not reasonable. This is beyond a reasonable doubt. There will always be some doubt. There can always be some argument that can be made. But at a certain point, it's beyond reasonable. Right? You understand that distinction? The preponderance of evidence means, it's just more likely than not. I'm like, 51-49 that he's ducking. Okay. But there's a good argument that he could, that he didn't. duck him. There's a good argument that he did duck him. But the majority of the evidence, or the significantly larger portion of the evidence, makes me believe that he's ducking. All right, we got past that. We're now at the beyond reasonable doubt stage, where it's unreasonable to think anything otherwise, and all you're doing is looking for something. Well, Deontay Wilder didn't sign this last contract, so consequently he's ducking, and you ignore what's happened for the last 5 months before that. Okay? You're on slim ground, dog. Oh, dude, beyond a reasonable doubt, for sure. Oh, General Squirrels, if it was criminal, if ducking was criminal, he'd be going to jail, without a doubt. If ducking was criminal, he'd have taken that fight. I'm telling you. If he was ducking, if you could go to jail for ducking, Anthony Joshua would have signed that contract. Okay? Except for now, you killing him with that. Hey, man, I'm just trying to tell you, because that's what that is a standard by which you judge something. I mean, I know it sounds like that, like I'm trying to be lawyerly, but I'm just telling you that or I'm just trying to be argumentative, but that's what it is. That's what that means. That's really what that means. Beyond a reasonable doubt. If you're trying to prove your argument, how do you know if you have to prove it inconclusively? Like there's absolutely no way it can be any other way but that. You would never prove anything. You never come to a conclusion. You never come to a conclusion because there's a chance. There's a chance that everybody's lying. I guess there's a chance that everybody's lying. Is it possible that everybody's lying? Yes, it's possible that everybody's lying. But it's not reasonable to assume that everybody's lying. Is it possible that all of these offers that Deontay Wilder has made, and all the effort that he's shown, and all the things that he said to try to get the fight, is it possible that he was all making all of that up and he never really wanted it? Yes, it's possible, but it's not reasonable to assume that. It's not reasonable at all. And it's just not reasonable. Okay? You'll never prove it beyond a reasonable. You'll never be beyond any possible. That's not what the standard is. It's not that you have to prove something to the point where you can put somebody in jail, right? That doesn't mean that you have to you have to prove the facts, like you have to prove the facts where you get it to the point where it's absolutely impossible that anything else could have happened. That's not reasonable. Nobody will ever do that. Nobody would ever be convicted of anything, ever, because there's always a possibility. Well, here's a possibility. We're really all just fake. Okay, all of this is really just happening in your head, and none of it's real. You're just really like living on top of a frog out in another galaxy, and it's just all that's possible. I guess it's possible. Anything's possible. But is it reasonable? No. I didn't have to slap him. He'll come back. I didn't have to slap him with a wrench. I just run him out. They stop eventually, dog. Without insulting them, too. Oh, did General Marshall slap him? Oh, I thought I talked him into silence. Here am I thinking that I was, that I got him to shut up. But no, he was timed out by Marshall 56. I overestimated myself. Anyway, it is what it is. Greg Rice said, for now, the possibilities may never exist in parallel with the probabilities. Exactly. Tawan Harding, who would win in your opinion? Ron Fink at one. Oh, it's not for me. Ali Dago, is it wrong that it's wrong how they do us fight fans. Their job is to give us the fights we want to see when we want to see them, because we're the consumer. We pay the promoters and the fighters' bills. These are the facts. Absolutely. Without a doubt. King Fight News, what's happening now? What's going on with you, my man? Marshall Simmons, Twain Harding, Ronald Finkel could tell you facts you didn't know till next week. Regardless, he's a bad mofo. I thought they were okay. That's not something. Oh, you guys are going back with each other. AJ is the biggest ducker in boxing history. Deduct Ortiz first. Deduct Ortiz first. Now Wilder, without a doubt, man. But it's still a hot topic, man. It's still a hot topic in boxing. You know how it goes. But look, for now, he said I broke my cherry, but my cherry ran with the round. Hey, you ain't no coochie dog. You bust that chick with the wrench. Oh, I like that United Boxing Talk. So what do you think about Andy Ruiz and Big Baby calling each other out? I like it a lot, man. I like it. I like that fight. I like Andy Ruiz. Let's make it happen, man. Andy Ruiz fights with a top rank, I think. So maybe, you know, maybe Big Baby will give him a heavyweight. Give a old top rank a shot. We'll see. Narco champion AJ is a disgrace of boxing. Hey, man, I got to agree with you on that, man. He is. Yes, sir. That's my boy. Look, y'all, I'm about to be up out of here, though. I've done my hour and a half. I didn't mean to do so long. Hey, I appreciate you. Oh, King Fight cooking up, bro. Had to listen in. These AJ hoes can't get enough. PED Povetkin is getting a rematch clause. After that 2-fight deal, AJ will fight White. Is he getting a rematch clause? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. He's like, we had to give him a rematch clause to get the fight done. Otherwise, we would have had to go to Russia, you know, and it would have went to purse bid. And then after that, whatever that is, will be reasonable. Princess Political, what's going on, man? I appreciate you. Hey, yeah, we be going at it, Political Princess. Much respect to you. B&B Boxing Fanon, I'm sick of these blacks in the UK who actually think they're European. I don't know if some of these cats are. Okay, yeah. Are they European? I'm an American. I get your point, though. SJ Fish 101. Fanon, what's up? What's up, everyone? Anything else on Floyd and the MMA? Nah, I don't know anything about that, dog. Floyd need to be retired. I want to see Floyd get that rematch. I'm hoping Manny Pacquiao knocks out Lucas Matisse, and then Floyd Mayweather Jr. wants a rematch, says, let's get this rematch on with Manny Pacquiao, because they'll be all excited if Manny Pacquiao knocks out Lucas Matisse, and they can do a rematch, and then then Floyd Mayweather Jr. can break all the pay-per-view records in the UK again and make Anthony Joshua look bad. Bracy one said, thanks for the great content. Made my last hour of work fly by. That's what's up. I'm glad, man. I'm glad that I can be of service, sir. I'm glad that I can be of service. I don't know how, man. I got to get this. Is so tough getting ready to move, man. Dion Hennick says, salute to Fanon. Box deducts Ortiz first, then Wilder, no doubt about it. Peace out, though. All right, y'all. We'll get back. I know that somebody else want to do a live stream around this joint. And I've been on for a minute. So peace to the chat. I'm going to try to be on early tomorrow morning. I think that I'm trying to be up like 6:30. My understanding is that 78 and Black Fight Fan TV do their deal around 8:39. So I think that I'm going to try to do that. I'm doing my best to get up at 6:30 in the morning so that I can be on by 7. Do please attend the show. That would be great. Hopefully you get your notifications, but if you've not gotten your notifications, just understand that more than likely that I will be on. You know what I mean? Anyway, so thanks everybody, man. And with that, I'm out. My man, Narco Champion TV, El Bruto, and Marshall Simmons 56. Peace, 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 peace. All y'all good people. I'm out.